I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show you.
Well, hello to you, and we welcome into another edition of our Ray to Love panel. There is a voice that has not been up here in quite a while. Hello, my good friend. How are you? Welcome in. Hey, welcome in, Solana. It's good to hear you and glad to have you here. Y'all know Solana is a doctor, so y'all know she's been out there saving the world. But she is here with us. Before the show, I got to speak to her for the first time in quite a while, so it's so good to hear her. Of course, Gigi will be here as well. Gigi will be here as well, and Q, in addition to Gigi, will be here in just a little bit. But we got a lot to talk about because this is the second episode, and the energy is energizing. Okay, all right, let's make it do what it do. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Here we are here. So, with that being said. Solana, what did you think of episode 1? You haven't missed too much, but we're in Detroit this time around. What were you oh, okay, I think she'll come right back up here. I think she's trying to get her mic adjusted. Well, welcome to the 14 people here. Glad to have you all here. Yes, indeed. Like I said, the first episode we met all 20 singles. Okay, usually there'll be 5 men and 5 women, and there'll be one mixer, and then there'll be another mixer, the other 5 men, the other 5 women, and there'll be one mixer combined. But this time, nephew Tommy Miles, the host of Ready to Love, said, "Now we're going to do all 20." And so at the end of episode 1, right, he brought up 4 people, and those 4 people, you thought their journey was going to end, but it was a second chance mixer, okay, to make a second first impression. So, because of that, as the night went on, there were going to be 6 other people to join those 4 in the second chance mixer, right? And at the end of the mixer, right, at the end of that second chance mixer, rather, one woman and one man will be leaving. Okay, so that is where we are on a Saturday night. It is 7 minutes after 6 o'clock here. Glad to have all of you here in the building. Let's make it do what it do. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Solana is here. Q is here. Hello, hello. Welcome in.
I got called to
All right. Well, welcome back in. Glad to have you here, Solana. And Q, what's going on, good sir?
What's going on, big dog? What's going on, big dog?
What's going on? It's good to have you here. Just literally got started, so y'all haven't missed too much. I was just letting everybody know that the second episode picked up where the first episode left off, where we had 4 people up potentially for elimination, but it turns out it was a second chance mixer. And so from there, the rest of the singles had to mix and mingle. And at the end of that mixer, the first mixer, there will be 6 other people to join those 4. And then at the end of the second chance mixer, it will be 1 woman and 1 man to be eliminated from Ready to Love. So what are we thinking about this format? Because as myself, Q, and Gigi talked about last week, we kind of all felt that in a way. There's got to be something more to this. So, because I think I said that what's probably going to happen is out of that mixer, 1 man, 1 woman is going to happen. So, we're going to be eliminated, rather.
To be honest, I still don't like it when someone getting eliminated on the first or second day. Because
Okay.
I don't know, if I was there, maybe I would definitely be eliminated on the first day. Because I'm just meeting strangers. The initial phase, I could get to know you, maybe have like some topic level conversations, but you're
Sure.
forcing them to have conversations that normally are not had when you like meet someone for the first. That's why most times we end up eliminating people who are great and then we're left with trash because some people are just really, really good at having good first impressions, and I'm not that good. I can be sort of closed off, especially if I'm just getting to know you on the first day. Maybe give them a week, then you can as well go like 10, 4 people home at once.
Okay. I can definitely see where you're coming from. So with what you're saying is, instead of a second chance mixer where they could, determine their own fate, that first week really should be just a clean slate of everybody just getting to know everybody, and then the next week the competition really kicks off. Understood. I think that's a great perspective too, because sometimes when it comes to reality TV, things can be muddled in terms of the process. I mean, we only have 10 episodes, 13 episodes. Usually with television, there used to be a time period where it was must-see TV or appointment TV, and you had 20 episodes, so you had time to really get into it. But now, with 10 or 13 being the max, you don't have as much time, so you do have to make it do what it do. Salon will be back up in a minute. I think she's trying to get her microphone working out there. Q, good sir, what did you think of what Nephew Tommy did here and the second chance mixer?
What's going on, big dog? My perspective's a little different from Solana. I kind of like it. Keep it the same. That's the factor of getting rid of people early. So it'll trim the fat real early. Let's get rid of the people who we really know that's not really love or there for the BS. Just there to be seen. Let's put people in position who really want to find love. So I really like that curveball he threw early because nobody's seen that. I don't care if
No.
nobody's seen it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely have a second mixer with the people that were really at the bottom. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? Now, crazy thing about it, the actual reality star that you said that's been around for a little bit there, man, already be at the bottom. I feel like it lit a fire behind her, like, oh, I need to step
It did.
my game. You know what I'm saying? I need to step my game up. I need to play the game. Because just because I'm here and cute, don't mean that's going to really keep me on the show. You know what I'm saying? I gotta really bring my personality. And I gotta really try to vet these guys to see if I'm ready to love, they're ready to love. So he did a big one on this one. I can't wait to see.
No, absolutely, absolutely. If you guys could, I don't know if it's just y'all, but if you could speak up just a little bit, because I have my volume all the way at 100. Um, but I do understand what you're saying, Q, of the fact that this really did give everybody a chance to really stomp the yard. Because usually on Ready to Love, your first impression is your last impression, right? And that usually dictates the story for the season. But I do like the fact that, oh, you can? Okay, my bad, Sahara, my bad. And welcome in, Sahara. Glad to have you here. Yes, indeed, the elimination is making people act fake, especially this episode. I felt like I was watching different people. Okay, then. Sahara, if you could, gorgeous, what do you mean by that? What energy did you see in this second episode? Do you feel that some people were on reserve and they put themselves on, to use the Motor City, Detroit? Do you feel like some people put themselves on Cadillac Super Cruise and they just was coasting and you want to see some people actually use the V8 engine and put some foot on the gas pedal, as they say? So let us know there. They were all fake and they were all slipping slightly to me. Well, listen. I think this is what you're trying to say. Hang on, let's see here.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're always going to have a good time over here. That's what she said, that they were slipping. They were slipping slightly to her. Oh my God. Yes, go ahead, Solana.
I actually slightly agree and disagree, because I feel in this episode I saw more or less their true sides that they were sort of hiding, or initially they were reserved and everything, but this episode they were less reserved. So many people, what I think she's trying to say is that many people were actually exposing themselves, all in a bid of trying to talk to as many people as possible. That's why I really have a problem with this initial first days, because you're trying so hard to create this image of, I'm very personable, I'm very nice, I'm this lovable person, I'm so ready to love, blah blah blah, all those fakeness. That was the vibe that I also got, because how are you feeling the vibe from over 5 men? How is it possible? It just does not make any sense. So it comes up very disingenuous that everybody's like, oh, I really like this person. In real life, that's not how it happens. But everybody has to fake it to make it at least past this stage.
I mean, Solana.
No, go ahead, Q.
The dynamic of it is just like regular day. And then, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir. Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
Okay, I was saying the dynamic is just like regular dating. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, the first time you meet somebody, first date or two, you really don't even. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Then the second part about it is you kind of want to get people in and out as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? So you can really get to the meat and potatoes of the show. You know what I mean? Then we also got to remember this is a dating TV show. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? I understand people want to find love, but this is a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So it has to have some kind of appeal to it. So if you're not really coming with some kind of flair or just your character or your personality, you go ahead and get them up out of there.
Yeah, I think I see both of your points, right? When it comes to this process, it is a very rushed dating process, and there have been some people as we have reviewed this show together for a good while now that, and I think they've even said this on the reunions that the way that I had to be in this was way different than what I would have ever done in real life, right? So you have the humanity side, um, conflicting with this fantasy world that you're in because you only have a certain amount of time. So to me, I feel like if you're not stepping up from the first time, that second impression really shouldn't matter. But that's just me though, because I feel like you should be putting your best foot forward, regardless if you ever get a second chance or not. You know what I mean? So, but in the same token with Q, I do agree that at least we had a space to see if somebody could own up to their mistakes. Because honestly, tell you the truth, the second chance impression was really kind of like a personality test. Like, okay, did you listen? Did you reflect? And do you have the space to change? Because if you can't pass this test, then how can we ever be able to see what can be moving forward? Don't go ahead. Go ahead, Q. You good, brother?
I didn't hear your last statement. My phone went out.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying that I feel like with the second chance mixer, this was a good test to really see, do you even have the space to be ready to love? Because a lot of times we don't really get those types of tests on ready to love. Your first impression is your main impression. So with this, I feel like it was a test within a test of, okay, did you listen? Did you reflect? Are you open to criticism, or is criticism a crutch for you? So I felt like it was a litmus test for them that could give them an extra tool in this show, which normally you don't have any tools to help you in the show. It's just either you have the heart to love or you don't.
I mean, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because it really tests you in all aspects of dating. You know what I mean? Really. First off, you came with your best foot forward. Now you kind of get bumped down to really an opportunity that you really don't ever get. You know what I mean? Because our first impression is always usually the only impression you got, especially when you're in a dating situation. And they don't like you the first time, you're not gonna get the second time. I mean, you're not. It's gonna be very hard because if the shoes on the other foot. If you didn't vibe with the first person, I mean the person the first time, you're gonna be kind of skeptical to get them a second go around. But Tommy really created that space to say, hey, just because you didn't find love this time, we're gonna give you another opportunity. And
Mm.
one thing I like that you did say is criticism. And I seen a lot of people take that criticism and come back um a different person. You know what I mean? And come
Mm-hmm.
back a totally different person. And that was really cool to see. Cause it's like that in dating. You know, if one person say, "Hey, I don't like such and such about you," or "You need to clean this right here up," are you gonna take that advice, and move forward in a positive direction, or are you gonna come back for vengeance? You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
really felt like everybody came back very healthy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. For sure. For sure. And welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here. We're just reviewing Ready to Love. We're just actually getting started. We're talking about the opening of this second episode. So for those of you who don't know, the first episode, we had all 20 at the beginning. Usually it's a half and half mixer, 5 men, 5 women. They do their mixer. Then there's a second mixer. Then there's the third mixer. But this time, Nephew Tommy cut through that process and had all 20 there. But he threw a curveball. 4 people were up for elimination, but then said, "Hold up, you got a second chance." But then added another curveball on top of that curveball. I know it's a lot of curveball math going on here. But with that being said, 6 other people were going to join those 4 people. So quite an interesting way to start. And it goes to show, like, okay, this is, I feel like this opening was more real than Philadelphia in their season premiere, even though it was the 10th season and it's the anniversary and da 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 da. At least you felt something from these 2 episodes, rather. Because I can tell you more detail about what happened in these 2 episodes than anything that happened in the Philadelphia season. Besides a black woman saying, "I burned a candle and buried the man" on national television. Sahara, hopefully you're doing well, but we haven't forgotten, sweetheart. Just keeping it a buck. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just keeping it a buck. If a black man were to say, "I burned a candle and buried a black woman on national television," the forensic experts of women, black women, that would be scouring social media, Q. Do you hear me? So yes, indeed, there. So like I said, with all that being said, we get to the mixer. Chris and Donna talk, and Chris wanted to know if he was going to stay. So let me bring up that picture there. But sincerely, like I said, y'all, if a black man were to say that about a black woman, like I said, the forensics team would be on the scene, okay, of all women. But right here, Chris and Donna, Donna is a mathematician, ladies and gentlemen. I just want that to be known. She is a mathematician. And if things don't work out for Donna, I just want her to know Bray plus Donna equals married couple. I just wanted to throw that math out there. Yes, indeed. Listen, go ahead, Solana.
Okay. I feel like people I think this guy is crazy. I think he has like an issue to how would I put it? Most of the guys this season, I don't know whether in the interview or something they added if you have a lack of support because Lord, I understand that being at the bottom you feel some type of way, but I feel he took it too personal. And what did that got elevated was the they still rest in peace. I just feel like I just don't like it. I don't know, there's something about him I just don't like. Maybe I will see him progressing, but I don't like him.
Well, I will say this about Chris. I do agree with you. There is a frequency of energy to him where you can't really get a read. Now, when he first came on the scene, he really talked about the fact that he was a chef. And I'm just like, brother, um, can you talk more about yourself than what you can throw down, right? Because it's great you can cook, but can you provide? And I think when we talked about this, myself, Q, and Gigi, when we talked about this for the first episode, it seemed like they were leading more with their careers than their hearts. And I'm just like, hopefully it doesn't get into a season of the persona and not the soul, because Get Ready to Love rather is a different dating show than most, because these are people that actually live in the city, so they will see each other again. So, and not to mention too, there's a home base here that should allow you to be a lot more open um, to being vulnerable.
Yeah, bro. I totally agree on that. I totally agree. With the space that they're creating, what OWN is creating, um, with the cast members kind of still staying in contact with each other, and they're kind of connected now throughout their entertainment careers.
Yes.
I got my thought on Ready to Love, or even Finding Love, and a lot of these cities are so small, and circles are so small that you're going to run into them quite often. So, um, which I feel like is going to make great content,
Yeah.
or possibly, great content throughout.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the thing too, right? With Chris, and this is what I would say to him, brother, the best way to show up is to execute. The best way to show up is to execute. The best way to show up is to execute. Now, listen, what I would have done, because I see this beauty and the geek energy here, what I would have done is like, listen, let me tell you something. In school, if I had somebody of your comfortability level and your openness frequency and your frequency of openness, I would have actually passed math class. I mean, I passed school, but math was a bit of a struggle for me. I would have used that opportunity. I hope I'm making sense, Sahara Johnson, Solana Q, and everybody watching, especially on the replay gang, that instead of talking about what are other people saying, utilize that opportunity rather to make yourself known for you. Instead of asking what other people are saying, turn this moment here into such a good moment where you ain't got to worry about your reputation because you gave a damn about the investment. Because I feel like that was just a waste of time. I mean, hello.
But
Yeah.
another thing,
No, go ahead.
another thing about opportunity, another thing about showing up. So I like how you said that, big fella.
Thanks.
But the second Mixer, he had the opportunity to show up. A lot of the women closed the door on him because of what he had on, and he might not have been as confident. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of women have given him another opportunity because of his appearance, and he came in a lot more confident. So he executed the second go around. First go around, seemed like he was just happy to be there. You know what I mean? So now this go around, he really came dressed to the T, swagged out, talking his talk. You know what I mean? He went in for some. He was feeling himself so much. He tried to get him a kiss and all. You know what I'm saying? He was feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? So the opportunity.
Oh, I think you're talking about Devon. I don't think Chris tried to go in for a kiss, or did he?
Chris was going with the glass suit with the blue suit, right?
No, that's Devon. That's Devon. That's Devon Dominique. Oh, you're good, brother. You're good.
My bad. And I want to say welcome back, Solana.
Yes, indeed. We are so glad to have her back. And by the way, everybody, I know what you're thinking. Well, isn't this usually on, Solana's channel? Well, Solana has been out saving the world. So, she hasn't been able to really do it. But sincerely, just know that she kicked this whole thing off. So if anything, we're all hosts equally. but she kicked it off. So please understand. So because I know some of y'all like, well, damn, we keep seeing this Braylon dude. I'm like, listen, I have a channel that works. You know what I mean? What I mean by a channel that works is when one of us is busy, we always make sure everybody's covered. You know what I mean? But we are glad to have Solana back because it's been a long while since we've heard her voice here. So glad to have her back. But yes, indeed. Go ahead, Q, with what you were saying. You were trying to speak about Chris having the second chance, I think.
Now Chris, another one who came in with his A game too. I really wish he wasn't so worried about getting eliminated.
Right.
Because he seemed like a cool dude. Came in confident, spelling good. You know, a lot of ladies kind of gravitated to him. And
yes.
so, and another thing, you know, that irks me sometimes is hearing people say, you know, I don't want to get eliminated, or what they saying about this or what they saying about that. No.
Right.
Your main objective is to try and find you a connection and come with your A game and show people that you're ready to love and show yourself that you're ready to love. If you come with the positive mindset, whatever the outcome is, you know what I mean? Whatever the outcome is, whatever outcome is. Because if you came in there like, I'm ready to love and I'm going to show everybody that, and you got eliminated, you gave it your all. But if you came in there with the intentions of, let me just stay on the show, you're not going to get the benefits from the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to tighten that aspect right there up and just prepare to, you know, make connections and find a connection instead of just trying to stay on the show.
Exactly right. And not to mention, too, I think each platform requires a different energy. And to your articulate points, you often do, brother. Chris, if you get eliminated, brother, you still got your life. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't Survivor. Where it's 39 days, 20
Exactly.
people, one survivor. You know what I mean? Where the way that you talked here is the way you would need to be talking in Survivor. Okay, so just breathe. Okay, listen. And sometimes too, in Q and Salon, I think we can speak to this because we have seen this. I mean, for example, Fritz and not Charisse, but the young lady with Fritz from last season. They got Shanice, thank you, good sir, as always. Those two got to know each other after everything went down, right? So sometimes it's not even about you getting them in the process. Sometimes the real stuff happens after the show. So just give the best that you can in it so they can have something to work with after.
Exactly. Because DMs do be open. DMs do be open, you know.
Listen. That's why I did that math. Bray plus Donna equals married couple. You understand, Q? I had to give that math to Donna just to let her know that there are options available.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, hey man don't fish, he don't eat.
Listen, I can only imagine if I go to a family reunion. Hey, Uncle, can I call Auntie Donna for math help? No, the fuck you can't. Now, you gonna learn this shit on your own. Now, we'll get you a math too, but you know, you're not gonna use Auntie Donna. I just want you. No. She's booked and busy for 207 nights a week, so no, she can't tutor you. My dumb ass. Anyway, but that's basically all with Chris and Donna there. So then we get to Carday, who has Michael Jackson glove shoes on. We love the nod there to Michael and in Detroit there. Much love to Michael Jackson. Yes, indeed. And we got Ashante, and it's just awkward. Like, here's the thing. Like, Cardi, I don't know how far you're going to get, bruh. But this opening wasn't your best. And like I said, we give a lot of love, grace, and space to everybody over here because to get on national television to find love when you've never done any TV before, and you go from not being known to being known overnight. And what's a microphone? What's a camera? What's this boom mic? What? Wait a minute. Hold the line. Hold the line. We gotta get the line right. Okay, we gotta get that filter for this big, for the life touch, the life touch bulb. Y'all remember Sunday school when you see that big, that big light bulb before they take your picture? All those elements can be a lot, right? So I'm not saying that Carday, can't make it, but also too, you gotta expand yourself because you're a thrill seeker. And then Ashante, like, girl, like, I'm sorry, I could walk outside and see more vibrancy than what you gave in this. Like, there was no opening here. What did y'all think of this conversation here?
To be honest, there's nothing to think about because I don't think they had anything. Really to do. So it's one of the things that come on and just keep. He's boring. He's boring. They're boring.
No, I fully agree with you. They were definitely boring. To use to use an analogy from GG9, mayo on chicken, ladies and gentlemen. Some mayo on some damn chicken. No food has come up yet, Maurice. So please calm down. Q, over to you, good sir, for your take on this damn conversation.
I just wish my man would open up and speak with a little bit more confidence. It just don't seem like he's just that confident, and maybe not with her. You know what I'm saying? And some of the women aren't being open, and giving those guys that space. You know what I mean? To be themselves, and that's a talent. Everybody don't have that skill to make everybody feel confident or comfortable. So. But oh, girl, she's gonna have to break that wall down. Just relax.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Be a little bit more welcoming. You know what I mean? It's really about trying to find a connection. But some people want their connection to look a certain way or act a certain way. And it's just not going to be like that. Sometimes you got to step outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Be open to the process.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with you because, as I've often said to you guys, everybody's been rejected and everybody's been accepted. But the gag is when you get rejected is where you want it to be, but when you get accepted, it's where you need it to be, right? And I know that Ashante said that, it takes her a minute before she opens up. And I understand that. I think most people do. In the same token, you do have to show that there is a space of availability. You know how they say, they're emotionally available. There's got to be some space when I walk up to you. It's like, oh, I can actually talk to you. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? So sometimes your energy depends on if your door is ever open or closed. For people to want to walk in and say hi or close the door and be like, you know what? This looked like a good house online, but pulling up, it was a catfish. You know what I mean? So, and not saying Ashante is a catfish, everybody. Just follow the analogy there. But yes, indeed. Now, this couple here, potential couple rather, Ed and Nicole. This is really cute because I don't think we've ever really had this in the seasons that we have covered the show, that we've had two people that actually have known each other. Well, I mean, there was Angie and that bartender at that BDSM party, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about actual contestants on the damn show.
That actually has happened, you know what I'm saying? But as to the fact of no fun is finding a connection or them actually This was the first time this has happened. After the fact that
Right.
past flames have reached and came back on this show. That's the first time it's ever happened. But people knowing each other, they had a thing for each other. That happened once or twice before.
Okay. Thank you, good sir, for the context, conjecture, and connection as always, good sir. And I thought that this was a really healthy conversation. Of course, this is just the second episode, so we got to really see if this fantasy of what was could be something that could be right. But I really liked it. They seem to be into each other, and Nicole is definitely a sweet soul. How she talked about she wants to be a mom and this, that, and the third, and he just seems really comfortable with her. You know what I mean? And in a process like this, to be this comfortable this early, no. I don't know you. You don't know me, but to have that familiarity there was a nice touch for sure. Solana, what are you thinking about all this?
I was surprised to see this couple on the show. I mean, not on the show, but I was surprised to see this couple on this episode at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really surprised.
I mean, it was a glimpse, and I do get what you mean in terms of
Oh no.
them having some screen time, but it was a glimpse of it that I think like, ooh, it could be something here and there explored it. But I do get what you mean of giving them space to actually explore it for sure. Say that again, Solana.
I don't I don't buy this whole connection because someone who like is nothing is outside, he does not have even the slightest piece of attraction to her. This is what was he was doing. I would describe it. It was more or less that he was part of the need that he played to. That was the vibe I was getting when we were describing her. Meanwhile, she has a full blown that it's so like that level to begin to get hot. You know, it's always the kind of guy like better. We like it. It's better for him. And I don't even know where he is because he has already fallen and he does not even see it yet as someone that he is. He just randomly interested in her because he had a child and he's playing with her. It may work. I'm not against it working. I'm just saying if it eventually works, it would be an unbalanced relationship where her feelings will be more of a relationship in the relationship. So no, I don't support.
Well, let me say this to you. I do see what you're saying of that for this to be this quickly developing can seem inauthentic because um, of the space that they're in, right? If you have been in Detroit and they've been in Detroit for such a long time, it would be a more natural frequency of it, right? I mean, let's put it to you like this: if you haven't talked to somebody in some years, right? Do you still remember who they are? And I say that example because in the first episode, you know, Ed, moved away, and then came back. So sometimes life ends up happening too, just to give the other devil advocate side of it.
Yeah, okay, someone to look at me. I you don't have to physically attracted to somebody. You don't necessarily need to be like the person. There must
Go ahead, Solana. We're listening.
okay.
And I think Solana's trying to get her mic issue together here.
Something has to be. I must either be
Okay. Um, hang on. Okay, gotcha. All right. Um, Solana, if you could, just to, I don't know if it's your mic, but there are times where you're going in and out just a little bit. Um, and all right, brother, all good. I will say this. I think when it comes to this couple, I think that this will be an interesting couple to explore in the show because you have because the
the
ties
the
with
so I don't know what but what I just need what I just need is the love.
yeah. Sorry, y'all. It's been I think it's mic issues tonight with some of the with some of our hosts here, but it's all good though. We will power on. Like I was saying though, just for a little bit of context, because I think sometimes we forget the connections we make over time and how deep the bonds get. And so,
But hold on, I don't agree. Let me tell you something. If you have like if you want to dance with someone's life, even if I forget to want to come back into the life, I will be able to remember how much even if it's just time but the best person to there. Because it's not easy to get to that. So that's like
no, I think I got what you were saying of that the and you still sound a little bit distorted. I know it's not you. I know your voice is, just fine. I think it's just the mic. Um but I will give you this, right? I do think that for somebody to come back into your life and expect to pick up where they left off is unreasonable, right? You do need to get to know people for who they are and where they are now. And like I was saying before, I think sometimes we forget the connections we make, right? Because how one person views a connection may not be how somebody else also views a connection as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these two develop. So now we get to this part here. And Gigi, your camera child, listen. We got Chris and Xavier falling asleep. Um, but but basically with this here, so these three here and these three here will be joining the others in terms of the mixer. So you have Chris, you have Carde, you have Xavier, and then you have right here you have Ashante, Christina, and Diamond. Right now, I will say this: I think that they made the right call with this. The cast made the right calls with these people. Um, I think with Diamond, I think that she's very reserved because of the career that she's in. She's an attorney, but I think she is a very nice personality that just needs to blossom out a little bit more. I feel like with Christina, oh my gosh, she eats her own dish way too much of, oh, I have to be in VIP and I can't go, to a show. And just enjoying this, that, the third, da 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 da. Um, I think she's gonna have to tame that energy a little bit. With Ashante, we already talked about the fact that she is reserved. With Xavier, there is this kind of, I don't know, not stuffiness per se, but just a very balled up energy that he's not releasing. Carde is just awkward. I'll just say that right now. Chris, I do believe he is I do believe that Chris is very confident in who he is, but in the same token, I believe that with Chris, he needs to, breathe a lot more. You know what I mean? Um, and they were not trying to get people out quickly or allowing people who can at their best stay longer. I fully agree with that for sure, for sure. So after all this, we get to the mixer, and this is Carde and Dominique, and they were definitely here for it, and listen, I feel like Carde, he has confidence picked up. You know what I mean? Holding Dominique, that's some woman to hold. You understand? And they were talking about signs, which zodiac signs. It's not all true, and I hate when people have this philosophy of, well, I'm not going to date a Leo because of this, that, and the third. I'm not going to date a Taurus because of this, that, and the third. Child, can we make sure that they are on time for appointments? Can we make sure that they, are not vindictive? Can we make sure that they make time for people? Can we make sure that they pay their bills on time? Like, sincerely, I never understand why people invest so much into zodiac signs. Now, could there be a little truth to the sign? Sure. But for every good of a sign, there's a bad side of the sign, too. But yes, indeed. Solana, what's your take?
Very oh, what according to the data. I don't think what so I just kind of don't even have to just like what do you really want? Yeah. But I don't know. When you move to like a child,
I'm still here. I'm still right here with you. I'm just listening to you. Um, I, I'll say this. When it comes to because I still couldn't. I heard bits and pieces of what you were saying. Um, I will say this. I think with Dominique, I think that she is I think she's a woman's woman, but also too, she doesn't really take any ish. And with Carde, he is a bit younger, right? So he's more of a thrill seeker. And I think sometimes, gaps, not just in terms of age, but gaps in terms of personality and what people like or don't like, can be conflicting. But it seemed like here in this, in this experience here, it seemed like there was something there. But I don't know if it's going to last too long because like I said, it's just the second episode. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Child, this conversation here. I just My lord, my lord, my
What
lord. Yes, go
of
ahead.
them were wrong because what was it? When you so one forward and make your forward. No, that's so hard. I am wrong. That you think that oh I work with I don't really have time and all that. At that point I'm like, okay, why do you need to bother with that? Because let's say you don't have time myself. And then the rest of you work with
I think I got what you were saying there towards the end with this conversation here. I feel like it was dead on arrival when Xavier said that, um, all I do is work, 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 work. And I don't know how to, have time for anything else. And with Emily, I feel like how can I put this? I feel like Emily has a personality um, in there somewhere. But with her, I think it just takes the right person to bring it out of her. Because if you guys remember, Emily works with school children, and she's a seamstress rather, for the Detroit Pistons, right? So I feel like,
sorry.
and no, you're good. You're good. Go right ahead, my friend. Solana, go right ahead. All right. Well, as Solana gets ready to speak here, I feel like with Emily, maybe she should have, like, even though I do work, I do have some free time to do this, that, and the third. I feel like with Emily and Xavier, there was a how to put this. There was a closed energy with them, and one of my good friends, they said the reason why some people don't ever really why they don't ever really find anybody for love is because of the fact of how you ask the question. Did you ask an open question or a closed question? If you ask an open question like, "Hey, that looks like a Jack Daniels old fashioned. Do you like an old fashioned strong, or do you like it, with a little bit of strawberry?" That's more of an open question. But when you do a closed question, right? Of, oh wow, red is a bold color. Okay, that's it. Red is a bold color. Y is a bold color, right? So I feel like with these two, there's just a closed energy with them that's like, okay, they'll say something that sounds like something that they want to talk about, but they just don't talk about it. Go ahead, Solana.
Yes, I don't get to call my phone. I don't want but I'm trying to get it that I'm in the point. But anyway, as I was saying, it just did not make sense that he led to the friendship and didn't. You could have just mentioned several things he liked doing. And you'd have said, oh, but because of my work, I don't get to see them as much as I do because I am able to be with someone I really like. Now, now Dominic wasn't backing away because he had been so many years. oh, I don't think you can continue this conversation. I don't think I can try to be someone who can try to their work over the walking away without notice and people you're trying to get a place was just too fun. Like, come on, that was me the hell. Yes, I get that. Even I would rather walk into that conversation or end or at least I would not make the person feel shitty. Why?
No, I definitely feel what you're saying on that when it comes to, eventually how you are in conversation with what you care about does dictate how you move. Because in this situation here, it seems like it's just two workaholics. So, if Emily's not opening up about anything and Xavier's not opening up about anything, then what are you guys here for? You know what I mean? This is not The Apprentice. That show doesn't exist anymore. But there is a very strong disconnect of like, okay, who are y'all to yourselves? You know what I mean? So, but yes, indeed, there. More to come here. So we get to this part here. And so Chris and Ricky are talking about, how important women are to them and, female friends and things of that energy. And Ricky says, I have like 1,000 female friends. And Dominique and Emily, like, oh wow, 1,000. You know what I mean? That's a lot. And Dominique said there's no way Ricky could save his first impression because it was already ruined. And I will just say this, right? Ricky did say to Dominique that she needs to stop. Now, Ricky, that was wrong, bro. Okay. You should have went there for open mind. This, that, third, and been like, hey, listen, I know we didn't get off to the right foot, but I'm extremely nervous. I find you very attractive. Do you mind if we can just have a conversation to hash things out? Because sometimes that's really all it takes is the right conversation. And for those of you who don't know, Ricky has passed away. We found that out on the first after show, so rest in peace to Ricky. And I feel like this, maybe Ricky has always had to, come off more than what he is because in the spaces that he was in, he was never seen. Which, some people say you're overcompensating for something down below, but sometimes you can overcompensate because you want to be seen, you want to be heard, and you want to be embraced. And I do believe, like, sometimes people take things out of context, like 1,000 female friends. That was just expression, right? Hey, Inez Mar, good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. Thank you for stopping by. Much love to you. Yes, indeed. So I feel like with this situation here, both of these men were just trying to be honest about what it was with them. And so yeah, that's why I truly think with what's going on here. So let's see.
The problem with me.
Yes, go ahead.
Where I close to he could just say, come up, I come up to you. That's the way to complete. Because the first thing is that it is the very happy that is everything happy. There's one thing I see when a man, or in fact, when anybody tells me, man, so are you feeling me? If I wanted to smile, I would smile. Like, telling me to smile, I would take my face and you guys want me to smile about it. Why should I? And that's one thing I would say I share why are you always doing this? Why can't you tell it? And then he always tries to always come up and stuff like this, writing, so by the way, seems fake. And I don't want to do that because yeah, but I'm just like, oh, some of her.
All right. I think you were talking about how um, I think you were talking about Ricky, if I'm not mistaken, because I was trying to hear what you were saying towards the. I was listening to all of it, but I think you kind of cut out at the end of it. I think what you were trying to say is with Ricky, if you are already coming across in this fashion, why would you put yourself in a circumstance to be misunderstood? Things. Okay, go ahead.
He knows that he already had his bad feelings if he goes to the because of his people. He always acted more like a sassy man than a masculine man. I was like saying, oh, I'm very masculine, I'm very masculine. He hasn't connect because he's not acting masculine, he's acting sexy, making a lot of confidence and you feel like people are overreacting to your confidence. That's really bad. So he does this for me. I'm not surprised about it.
No, I do agree. I think that his masculinity definitely was not walking with him for this experience. I think that when you are in a space like this, um, you do have to bring it, and I think that there was a maybe a social disconnect, maybe social cues, maybe is not his thing. Um, but I do agree with you there that one of my friends said this to me. I think I've said this to y'all before. That there are tens in other categories, right? So, for example, I'm not tall. I'm probably what 5'7", 5'8". Where I may not be tall at, I may be great for understanding business, right? So you have to find out where your tens are. And I think because Ricky never found out where he was a 10 in anything else, I think he just stuck to with what he knew. And sometimes sticking to what you know can work, but other times, if you stick to it for too long, then it can backfire on you. So, with that being said, we get to the part where, um, who stepped up for you and who did, right? And so, basically, with the ladies, Carne stepped up, Devon stepped up, and Ashante, Ricky stepped up. And then for the people who did step up, it's Richie, Chris, and Xavier, right? So I felt like once again, you have this crop, right? I knew Chris wasn't going to go anywhere, even though he is more focused on his career right now than him as a person. Chris has something there. Um, Xavier still is a bit closed off to me. So I kind of figured he would go up. And so out of both of those ladies, not ladies, but out of both of those men, sorry, y'all. Out of both of those men, I felt that Ricky was going to go for sure. But you know what? He took it on the chin very, very well. He took it on the chin and just understood that, hey, maybe this is not my time for what it is. And of course, like I said, we know what happens a little bit later. He does pass away, and I will say this to everybody on the cast: um, as long as you treat him right, you will be fine, right? I know with when Dominique said what she said of if I had to tell Ricky what he should change, we would be here all day or something to that degree. I don't think Dominique is a mean person. I'm just kind of giving a different perspective there of we don't know what we don't know. You know what I mean? I do think Ricky was probably nervous most of the time with this experience, but yes, indeed. So then we get to, um, and this was Emily and Dominique when Ricky said that he had thousands of friends. And here's Ricky here. Um, so with that being said, after all that happened, Ashante and Devin talk. And Devin has really been a standout. Really has been a standout. Like whatever he did, he needs to keep doing it because we saw the suit, we saw him relaxed. This, that, the third. Ashante can be standoffish, according to Devin. Devin asked, like, how do you think about me in terms of looks? And Ashante said, well, when it comes to looks, I'm not really even about that energy, right? I'm not about that energy at all. And I agree with that, but also too, like he was just trying to figure out, like, hey, can you say anything about me? Maybe he didn't approach it right. Then Diamond and Corday talked, and I think Diamond and Corday they fell dead on arrival because Corday still wants to be the thrill seeker, and Diamond's not risky. And Xavier and Diamond they talk about guys' energy, how she takes in guys' energy. And Diamond said, take my number because I feel like I'm probably going to be eliminated. And Dominique and Devin, they were vibing. I literally said in the description box, like, Dominique and Devin, I'm a host wedding feud at y'all wedding. And so they were definitely vibing. And Devin went in for the kiss, and it was a no. But I appreciate the moves. Go ahead.
What was the same thing when we went in for that kiss? Like, we just met a day ago. Like, that was so ill. Either way, in real life, I'm not on reality TV. I'm sure Dominic would have slapped him.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think it was weird for the first time. For them to be in that situation and for him to go for it. But I will say Dominic did look fine enough to kiss that day. Listen, I would have I would have been bold too. But I do get what you mean of you do have to, take it for what it is and, stay the course and eventually you'll get there. So then, of course we talked about everybody, Ashante, Xavier, Devin, and Christina, they all are having a conversation. And you guys remember when Christina got asked about her age by Xavier. Xavier and Christina, they had a conversation, regulated things out. And Christina sees the softer side of Xavier. And Diamond and Chris talk about, trying to find their person. And Christina is smelling Chris. Like, ooh, he smells so good. Da, 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 da. And then Dominique come over and, asking this or that questions. I'm just like, damn, can Diamond get some airtime here? Good Lord. Like, we know that y'all are in the show. But also, too, I feel like sometimes when you try to keep peace, you miss out on opportunity. So those ladies should have been more respectful to Diamond because I feel like Diamond was really trying to get to know Chris. For sure. So, and also shout out to Chris for talking about urbanism and healing through food. That was really cool. That was really, really cool because there's been a lot of urban gardens happening around the country actually for that. So Salon, what was your take on the the females talking to the males and trying to get their trying to save themselves?
The Dominic, that's Dominic, was having Diamond is the case. He's person I'm going to ask you for that. He was not attracted to them, especially that scenario with me. I feel so hard. Like, he allowed this girl to walk over her, definitely came, overtook the conversation. even more diverted away from primarily.
Go ahead, Salam. I'm still listening to you. We're still listening. Solana, hello, hello, hello. Um, yeah, you were speaking for a little bit, then just cut out.
Oh, okay. I was saying that he was after he was he was to try again. If you have come off, oh, he was so drunk from order. But what is lazy? He was funny as a viewer watching. But if I was in that position, I would have been so interested that he was. I would have felt so upset. That was the he was thinking over the serious conversation with you. And she just sat there quiet. I can see you with a girl is up for yourself, like you're not going to stay there. Oh God.
No, yeah, I feel like with this situation here with the ladies, it was quite a different energy with them. I feel that the ladies were definitely more open than the guys. It seemed like to me because with ladies they're more open anyway, right? And with the guys they're definitely more reserved. And it's interesting because on this show, what you think should be black love, what you think a black man should be, what you think a black woman should be, is typically not what it is because we're not monolith, right? So from the awkwardness of Devin, trying to get in the first kiss to, Diamond not feeling heard, to see these different, circumstances happen, um, it was heartbreaking, but also was refreshing. Of there is a struggle here. You know what I mean? Um, so we get to the good. Chris for Chris, it was Christina, um, Diamond, Devin, Dominique, Sade, Emily, and Dominique, and Xavier, Christina. Now the bad of it. Chris for Chris it was Ashante. For Devin was Ashante. For Sade it was Diamond, Xavier Diamond. Then Diamond and Ashante were up. Right now, here's the thing. I feel like with this elimination, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I felt like the wrong person got eliminated. Yep, I said it. I feel like Diamond should still be there because I feel with Diamond we just didn't
Yeah,
get to
that much
go ahead.
we have been eliminated. It was so obvious. God,
So you were saying it was obvious for Diamond that she should be leaving?
no, I'm actually agreeing to your point. You should have stayed because he
Okay.
actually was. Simple question. She simple question. She was asking all the questions like he was above the program. Like, girl, what are you here?
No, for sure. I definitely agree with you. I feel that with, Diamond, she didn't have the chance to develop, but I do feel like there was definitely more energy to Diamond than Ashante. Ashante, I just feel like she was going to be still stiff as a board for the rest of the season. Um, and like I said, I feel like it takes two to tango. Now, of course, you're gonna gravitate to who you're gravitating to, right? But at the same token, like it's up to both parties to make the effort. Um, and honestly, too, to tell you the truth, I feel like with Diamond, even though she's an attorney, she probably gets this all the time. You're an attorney, you don't have a personality, this, that, and the third, and so then you start overthinking, overanalyzing, and trying to overextend yourself. But I feel like Ashante should have left because at least with Diamond, we could see that there was something there that she wanted to be there. But with Ashante, I don't feel like she has anything else to offer. I really don't. I just don't.
She never actually even had any. I don't think Joshua really knows what the kind of show she came on is because it's her first time, but she could not even maintain simple combos. She was
Mhm.
moving away like guys were about to harm her. It, it was it's more than reservation. She's not fit for this.
No, I fully agree. I definitely agree. She reminds me of the guy that was in Houston, I believe. And for those of you who may not remember, there was a particular gentleman that he was literally about to get driven over the bridge, and he got scared and flaked out, right? And so nephew Tommy brought him back for the reunion. And child, in the words of Big Luther, not Little Luther, in the words of my mama, a house is not a home. And child, there was nobody home. He fell so flat on that reunion. And I feel that's how Enchante is moving. Like she is falling so flat on this season. And yes, we know it's the second episode, but good damn, like I could walk in and probably talk to anybody in that room. But at least I have the personality to be able to to give something. And I do agree with you, Solana, that even though this is her first time, she gave nothing. Nothing. She was more reserved about the experience than open to the experience. So, but she'll probably vote off next. Because I think for this, this first part here, the competition really hasn't started yet. So if we go off of, this, both the men and women have the power. So if the men have the power next week, right, then, Enchante could definitely be going up for sure.
You know what? I feel like Shante won't leave next week. I'm thinking it's going to be Emily. Both of them are just stuck up.
I will agree with you. I definitely will agree with you. I think that Emily and Ashante are both a little bit snobbish for sure. They give Auntie Janelle energy, like they possess this big boss energy, but yet there's no soul there to connect with. And that doesn't mean that they're bad people, ladies and gentlemen, but we're judging off of what we're seeing. So yes, indeed. So in the preview, everybody, nephew Tommy has a skate jam. Just to let you know, nephew, I would have been holding on to the wall. I would have been holding on to Dominique. Like, nope, it's okay if you fall on my face. Listen, I got lungs. I'll breathe. I'll be fine. But I would have held on the wall because I don't really know how to skate. But then we got Ashley and Darius, and Darius is apparently open to sucking toes off of Ashley. And then Dominique and Bello, they're on a date, and there's an energy there. And then Donna and Darius get into it of apparently that's how other people see you. So very interesting preview. Very, very interesting preview. So that'll be on next Friday, which will be the 21st. Yes, indeed. So I can't believe like we're almost at the end of the year, y'all. My Lord Jesus.
I just hope they maintain this.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Salon. We're listening.
I was saying that I hope they maintain this moment. It's not burned and it's steady. I just hope we don't have what happened in previous seasons because I think we want to.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I do think there is a frequency to this show, for sure. I really, really do. So so let me see here if I space it out. We got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if it's 10 episodes, the finale will be January 9th, right? But if we go off of 13, so 11, 12, 13. So we go off of 13 episodes, the finale will be January 30th, but off of 10 will be January 9th. Because that's usually the episode amount is 10 to 13 episodes usually. So
I don't feel like I was born a kid.
say that one more time because I could not understand a word. I know you were trying to say something, but it sounded like you were low.
Oh, okay. I said I enjoyed the episode. Like the flow was very steady, and we should not take any break because I really enjoy like let the storyline be off. That was the issue I had with the episode. I had to disconnect at some point after the break. I just did not follow anymore. So I like when there's a full build up and everything just flows naturally. So I'm just looking forward to like next week episode. Let's see what comes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this season too, Salon, because it does seem that this is more of a natural flow type of season. Because, like I said, we're still on for we've been on for what 1 hour 28 minutes and 31 seconds, and we've actually had things to talk about with this episode. Like, there's some meat on this season. And I think Owen was like, "Oh, okay, we failed at Philly. We gotta get back to the assignment." So I definitely feel you. That I feel like there's gonna be some tension. There's gonna be something ruffling for sure. And even though Detroit is a northern city, that doesn't mean they don't have a southern soul. They blunt in Detroit. So I'm excited to see how this is going to evolve out for sure.
Yeah, I still hope that people will be more complete. I guess today we had like a lot of issues and people could not make it. So,
Oh no, you're absolutely fine. Listen, it's your first time back, so I know that it wasn't you personally with with what you were trying to say, and Solana always gives great commentary. So, um, believe me, there were probably some points tonight where I know you were saying something very important, and I may have not heard it fully, and so I tried to bounce off of what you have said um, to understand you completely because your voice is very important. So I know that wasn't you on purpose with the microphone. I know that technology can be technology sometimes. So it's all good, my friend. It's all good.
Yeah, it's funny. Actually, I'm having like terrible network since I'm not in my mouth out. Like out. I feel very bad. But anyway, so I think it's interesting. A lot of times we just have to happen, like, now the my life, um, let's just take time to be friends. We are able to go to the side.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the season overall. I do believe he said you were out, so maybe that's the reason why the connection isn't the best right now. But no, I'm looking forward to it as well. And we have missed you sincerely. We try to do the come on guys in our best Solana voice, but of course there's only one person who can do it. For sure. And the thing I love about this show and what we do with our review is each one of us brings something to the table because Gigi is married, Q is, single parent, you and I are both single. So you have four different perspectives here of, how to look at love. I feel like with you, Salah, you're very analytical, but you also have that bite to say what needs to be said. With me, I look at it from more of the communication perspective. I feel like with Gigi, she definitely looks at the soul perspective, and with Q, it's more of that hometown feel of like, would we actually do this in real life? And it's a very unique combination with the four of us because we do go beyond the show. Sometimes we'll tell our own stories. Sometimes we'll say what we would have done in that situation. But I'm looking forward to the season. I feel like this is a season that definitely has some heat to it for sure. So and hopefully they'll go to the Motown Museum for one of their dates because that would be so cool. I got to go to the Motown Museum, which was absolutely amazing. Now I think they having a renovation going on right now. It's been going on for a while, but hopefully that new addition has been done. But yeah, they go to the Motown Museum. That's going to be so huge for sure. So, and by the way, nephew Tommy, y'all could talk to Chrysler. To get the Pacifica to be the official Ready to Love, transportation vehicle. We transport all our contestants through Detroit using the Chrysler Pacifica van. Listen, you've been on for 11 seasons. Use your social capital, damn it. Hell. Don't make no damn sense. But anyway.
Okay, so we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, Solana. Love you as always, my friend. Good to have you here. Yes, indeed. So yeah, y'all, that's our show. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Solana will be here next week. Q will be here as well. Gigi, she wasn't able to be here this time around, but we definitely will be back next week. And like I said, sorry y'all for the issues here. One thing to know, two things for sure about the four of us will always power through anything. So I know for some of y'all, I know Sahara Johnson could hear them clearly, but I couldn't hear them for most of the time, but I try to always reflect what our crew is saying. With this particular episode, and I almost forgot. To all you Love and Marriage Huntsville content creators, you are 30 minutes away from being able to create content again. Y'all made it. 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 How dare I forget to celebrate that y'all have made it to be able to be a content creator again. Yes, indeed. Congratulations. You know what? I'm going to applaud y'all 2 more times. All right, 1 more time. Hang on. Congratulations. Almost there. Hey, that blind lady. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Like I said, with this episode, I really like the fact that we are feeling the feet on the soul of this show. There's a frequency here of I need to tune in, right? Because when it came to Philadelphia, they took that break and it just broke up the show. It really did. Like when we got back, it was like, who are these people? Why are they here? And why do they exist? You know what I mean? I didn't get it. So hopefully OWN will not take a break. You know what I mean? Don't take a break for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Because I think Thanksgiving's on Thursday this year. So we will be here. Watching it on Black Friday, we will. And also too, when it comes to, because this will get into the oh wow, that's crazy. So Christmas is the 25th, right? Christmas Day rather, and the 26th is the next day. So yeah, we will be watching Ready to Love the day after Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is crazy work. But yeah, I really do feel that this one has some meat to it. I definitely see some men and some women that can definitely that can have their DMs opened after the show. Like I said, Dominique and Devon, I'm seeing something there with y'all. I am. I think Carday, brother, you're there, but I don't think you're gonna really exist that long. That's just my take on. No disrespect to you, brother, but that's just me. And like I said, Diamond, she should still be there. Personally, I think Ashante should have left because she has nothing to offer. Not one damn thing. I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. She has not one thing to offer on this show. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but child, you got to give some type of energy. And I just didn't see it. Like I said, Xavier, I think he'll eventually get eliminated. Christina, child, just recognize that, be human. You know what I mean? Not everybody has your life. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, you're an artist, this, that, and the third. But, child, listen, until you are known to other people, you can't really say anything, child. You just can't. But hey, fly off, sis. Fly off and go off, sis. You know what I mean? But yes, indeed. 2 people are still here in the building with me. Thank you so much. We'll take a little commercial break, and we'll be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour live right after this. Everybody, hang on 1 minute.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the One More Please Wherever You Please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
shot, take a shot, never run, girl. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, fun girl. See a shot, take a shot, never run, girl. C-H-I-C-A-S, 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 C-H-I-C-A-S.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Braylon's virtual tour live. We just got done talking about Ready to Love Everybody, Detroit edition, season 11, episode 2. So we'll be back here next week for sure on that. And don't worry, I will review the Braxtons as well. Maybe not tonight, but we'll definitely review it for sure. And of course, you know, Potomac, I think they're on a mid-season break right now. So as soon as that comes back on, we'll talk about that. Married to Medicine, we'll talk about that too. And by the way, shout out to T-Talk with your girl and Drop the T and all the content creators at BravoCon. Very, very proud of y'all for making it do what it do. Please stay safe. Know what you do and do what you know and get back home safe, amen. But have a wonderful time there. I saw T-Talk and Drop the T meet Quad from Married to Medicine. So I'm like, look at people out here outside doing things. Very, very proud, joyful, excited for all those content creators down there in Las Vegas. Not Las Vegas, Las Vegas. Not Las Vegas, Las Vegas. Anyway, time for the day mover, and then we'll head on out of here. 4 people in the building. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Here we go, everybody. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It's the only thing. Dr. Albert Schweitzer. It's time for the day mover for Saturday, November 15th. Activate your hustle. Discard your cynicism and activate your hustle. Point in a positive direction and go. You don't know whether or not your efforts will bring fruit until you do them. Get into action and find out where it leads. Chances are high you'll need to make adjustments. So when the occasion arises, adjust your approach and keep going. Good things just don't appear out of nowhere. Somebody has to make them happen. Be that somebody. Put yourself, your energy, your wisdom, and positive purpose into the arena where it will all do some good. The time is ripe for achievement today. Now make it happen, Ralph Mawson. You know, I definitely have to say, when it comes to activating that hustle or activating your hustle, it starts from within. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, as a man thinketh, so is he. You guys have heard me say this many times before, but it's really true. How you think determines how high you go up, and how high you go up determines the range of blessings. You know, your gratitude determines the altitude. That's the first thing I'll say. And by the way, that blind lady, good to see you as well. I think I said hey to you. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. The second thing I'll say to you about activate your hustle, right, is good things don't just appear out of nowhere. Somebody has to make them happen. I just heard a clip of Steve Harvey, before coming on with you guys. He said, quit letting people who have nothing tell you about your something. Quit letting people tell you that have nothing to tell you about your something. Quit letting people who have nothing to tell you about your something. I thought that was so powerful. Because think about how many times you have been trying to activate your hustle and people who ain't got no hustle telling you about the hustle you have. Come on here now. Listen, I know that word wasn't just for me. And finally, put yourself, your energy, your wisdom, and positive purpose into the arena where it will all do some good. You see where it says some good? Goodness doesn't happen right away. Like anything, if you're working on a car, to get that car to where it needs to be, it's going to take time for that car to mature to where it needs to be. It's going to take a long time to get the right engine. It's going to take a long time to get the right interior. It's going to take a long time to get the right seats. But once you have done the good of investing into that car, it's a beauty, ain't it? So with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want one special, because you are always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but at the end of it, you'll be where you need to be, do what you've been chosen to do. Oh, yeah, go right ahead. Solana, go right ahead. Okay, then, all good. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special, because you are always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but at the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. You've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. We have spent time with you. You have spent time with us. And hopefully, by spending time together, right, so be great together. Always remember where you're radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you're not trying to be mayo on chicken like Ashante was. Make sure the replay is not just for you watch it, not just for you listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. We love you, we value, we embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it, receive love, you gotta give it, receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, where success you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. When it comes to love, nobody has ever passed with flying colors. That's it. I just wanted you to know that. So if you're like, well, man, they could get somebody, this, that, the third, guess what? Evil attracts evil. Good attracts good. So if you move like thirsty toxicity, guess what? You attract thirsty toxicity. But if you move in truthful togetherness, you will attract truthful togetherness energy. You understand? Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as people, as a culture. We feel the love and we send it right back to you. We love you all. Good night, everybody. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they...
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make.
Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying